radio. You just want to make great music for people to hear.
Yeah.
And then somehow radio found you.
Yeah.
Are you good with that though? Or would you rather be where you were on that level where, you know, I don't want the world to know, not yet?
Honestly, my fear was always in like my defense and anyone trying to rush everything was always a fear. I would equate it to like a palm tree, and like when a palm tree shoots up and like a hurricane comes by, they can knock it over real quick because there's no. I mean, it takes years to make like a thick
like the
trunk.
roots, yeah.
Yeah. So I've always said that like I want to have like a 20-year career if I'm lucky enough to see that much life, and I want to be a legend, and I want to be able to like have Grammys on my wall and plaques and buy my dad a farm and all that, and that takes years. So my fear has always been like shooting up and being like this one-hit person. So I wanted people to like fall in love with the project before they fell in love with the song.
Did I mess that up?
Hell no!
Did I screw that up?
No.
Makes her curse.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because the thing is, as a team, like me and my management, we always talked about like best case and worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario would be the best case scenario, as long as we push like the project and as long as people are receptive to everything, man. And by the grace of God, people have been receptive to everything. So you've been helping so much. Thank you so much for
I'm
like.
listening to that story. I'm like, oh damn.
No, not at all. Not at all. Thank you so much. It's honestly, I'm so happy with the way the project's been received.
Yeah.
How people, like, I wasn't expecting, when we first went on tour, we didn't really know what to expect, and the first show was in Philly, and I was hella nervous, because it's my first tour, my first, like, show where it's, like, only me, and I got on stage, and, like, the first song's Fuck It, and we don't even have a, oop.
That's okay, the F it word.
We got it. You're good.
Your rhymes are
See,
The
see,
first song,
that's okay. You can just say F it. Yes,
Right.
it's okay.
We got a pass.
Don't say no.
Está bien, está bien.
All right.
Sigue hablando, sigue
we're good.
hablando.
The first song was
It's okay.
The first song is called F It.
That was, Dios mío, perfect.
Okay, so that song, I wasn't expecting people to sing along to. I just didn't know because we haven't pushed it and there's not a video for that song. And then
And you talk in the beginning of it. It's like it's so cool.
Thank you.
It's just like it's such a cool vibe to that song. And then all of a sudden you go in and I was like, oh, all right, yeah, I hear ya.
Man, when it went in,
Yeah.
the entire place started singing. That was like my like. I think we're okay.
I think this is gonna work
I
out.
think this might be okay. And everyone was singing, and it wasn't a song we were pushing. It wasn't a song that had a video. It just was like the intro. It's basically the intro to the EP, and people were singing the intro.
Yeah.
And I cried like that show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
you're like
cried.
sensitive like that, Jessie.
Oh my god, this is sap. Niagara Falls.
I seen that you actually customize the t-shirts that
Yeah.
you give your fans. I
Yeah.
think that's so cool.
Yeah,
how
that is.
long? How many t-shirts
A
do you
bunch.
think you've designed? That's nuts.
Thanks. Not all of them though. I can't take credit. Not all of them. I wish I had time. Or that I'd have to be like an octopus, like to be able to do
Oh
that.
yeah.
But, a bunch. But I like it. I like creating. I like having something tangible to be able to give someone like. You know, because I mean, music is dope, but it's up here. So I don't know. I like being able to do that and give someone something that I
That's
put
dope.
time into. You know?
Yeah, and your cover art for Kiddo, it's like so cool. But I heard that it's like Quentin Tarantino kind of like. Is that one of the things that helped you to do that cover art for Kiddo? Or is that someone that was saying something about Quentin Tarantino that you love him?
It's more so I do love him, but I remember when we were talking about like how to upload the music and where to put it, and we started talking about genres, and it was cheesing me because I was like, man, I don't want to get put somewhere. I feel like it should live on its own, and so people started asking me like what genre is it, I would just be like, it's Quentin Tarantino. It's Quentin Tarantino. That's what it is. It's like violent
It's like
soul.
Chill Bill.
Yeah, right. No, I don't know about chill. Definitely kill. But
So, Prima, I want to know, and all the Latinos want to know, how did you end up in Romeo Santos' album? I mean, he's had Drake, Nicki Minaj, but in this album, he has no one. He has what? Enrique Iglesias' dad?
Julio Jaramillo, we're crazy legends.
And then you. That song is dope. What was the experience like meeting him? How did you get on?
Yo, you see how like 5 minutes ago you're like your homie sent you the stuff and that's how you got put on?
Right.
I owe so much to like friends showing friends and people being like maybe like people getting for whatever reason wanted to share it. So his homeboy had a girl, and it's his ex ting or his ting, I don't know how it was, but she was cheesed about something, so she sent the song to him, and he was like, oh man, and he showed Romeo, and he was like, look what she's sending me.
He probably was like, so nasty.
For anyone, like that's his, like, you know, that's his line.
He's the king, you know.
He was my first concert when I was 14. When I was 14 years old, my first concert ever was Aventura, which was the group.
Yeah.
And I put that in my Caliente La Mañana not too long ago. I was like, she got a song. I was obsessing, and Nancy was like, oh my God, you're gonna just leave and go get Romeo's album. And then I come back
I told him, I'm like, can you just go leave now?
I'm like, he's got a song with Jessie Reyez. I definitely got to get that album.
But you must feel like that's amazing. Like, you feel like you've made that. I mean, you know, when you're on his album, you have got to feel like, oh, man.
It feels then like not real life. It doesn't feel like real life. A lot of this doesn't feel like this. Even like this right here doesn't feel like real life. This feels like a dream I had when I was like 8 years old or 7 years old, of like what I wished for and what I wanted to be and where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do in life. That's what this feels like. It feels like magic.
We were talking in our office a little while ago, Nancy. She's a very spiritual person. We were talking about dreams. We were talking about how I never sleep and everything.
Yeah, he
And then
never
someone said-
sleeps.
And she said, do you dream? I said, when I sleep, I do dream a little bit. She remembers everything.
You remember all your dreams?
Yeah.
Do you write them down? Because I think that's hard. Sometimes I sleep and it's like 5 hours or something and I can't remember.
Yeah, I write them down.
You write them down?
Or I talk about them as soon as I wake up.
You ever wrote a song about a dream?
Yeah. Well, no, it was about life, but I had a dream that was related to it. But no, funny enough, never. It's a different thing for me. It's just a different thing for me. It's a different thing.
So how did you stay so focused to be able to get where you are? Because I think it's hard work and it's dedication and I think it's consistency. So how did you do that? Because you're young and like, how did you stay focused and consistent, like, and not get pulled in other situations?
I'd be lying if I said that I had a lot of jobs, and I mean music was always my first love, but I opted out of going to college because I didn't want to go into debt or anything, and I still wanted to pursue music. But I was lucky enough to have a mom and dad. Like, my dad plays guitar, and they're both hella supportive. I was lucky enough to have them and their support, and I know they were nervous and then like weary about the profession and about what it would take. And I was going to everywhere. Like, I was going to closet sessions, like homies that had like studios in their little closet and all that stuff, like, and busking and going to concerts with like my bag of mixtapes and like things like that. I was still I was trying to do everything and anything. But like I said, I used to bartend. I used to be a cheerleader. I used to work at Sobeys. I used to be a receptionist. I was a lot, but the whole time, this is just kind of when you really love something, it doesn't leave, you know? It just
Right.
sticks
So
with
in your
you.
spare time, did you always like focus on the music aspect of your life? Is
Yeah.
that what it was? Like when
Yeah.
you weren't working or doing those jobs?
Yeah, I was. It stuck. It's just what I love to do since I was a kid.
So good. And it's so good when you find something that you love, then it's not work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we look at this, I say this all the time about this job. I'm like, this, you know, we get paid for this, but it's like I love music and I love doing what we do, and it's not a job,
Yeah.
you know? And
Yo
you're so
también.
blessed to be able to do that,
Yeah.
you know?
Hell yeah.
You got a strong team around you too. You
Oh,
got
man,
a
I'm
support
so-
system around you. When I went to the show, your guys were really on point. and
Hell
everything,
yeah.
They took really good care of you, and you got a good team around you.
Thank you, man. I agree. I owe a lot to my guys, man. Shout out Byron, who's here with me right now, and Mauricio. They've been with me for a minute. I mean, me and Mauro met like 4 years ago too, and luckily everyone that we've added on, even partnering with Island Shop, Julie, thank you so much, man. everyone lucky enough is like pulled their weight.
And
You
you,
know?
I'm sure you've heard the bad stories about the industry, things that could go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And you almost was in that situation, but you managed to get around it and to make you where you are right now. And it's amazing for you to get through that, because the industry,
That Gatekeeper
Can be
song
tough.
is so heavy, and I think it touches a
It
lot of what
can,
women have to go through
they
in
go
a
through.
lot of
It's
businesses.
tough.
Yeah.
It's not just the music industry, but it's like a lot, and I feel like that speaks for so many women who have to feel compromised, or dudes who are just skanks, you know?
Who do I gotta sleep with?
Yeah, but I mean, no, that's how it
Bad.
was, though. That song is crazy.
Thank you.
You came through it.
Thank you.
how did you have to like prepare your family for like?
I did.
You did?
Yeah, to sit them down because I never told my mom, and it was 5. I mean, at this point, it was longer than that. But when I had to sit them down, it was 5 years ago from when it happened, and I never told them because why would I make my mom worry if nothing happened? Or told my
Right.
dad, I wasn't gonna. And I sat them down and I said, listen. So I mean. The song was out, but my dad's always like, send me the lyrics porque no entiendo esto, I gotta read them. And I never send them.
You never
was
sent
like,
them?
No, never. I was like, papi, Google it, because I just don't want to do it. But the video was coming out, and the short film was coming
man.
out.
Yeah.
So it was in depth, so I had to sit them down, and I was like, I need to tell you guys something, but I need you guys to be aware that, like, the way that you guys raised me and praying and your prayers that affected me and I have a different team now and a solid team now, like, thank God. So this is not what I'm dealing with anymore, and you don't have to get scared from watching this. And I had to sit my brother down because my brother let me use my niece for the video too, and like explain to him like these lyrics are vulgar, but it's a greater purpose.
It
I
is a
wanna
greater
do
purpose.
something bigger, yeah. And
Have you found like other people have like related to that and said thank you for singing about it? Because a lot of people, I don't think anyone's ever sang about that. You know, about how bad the industry is. Have women come up to you and said, "Hey, man, thank you for doing that"?
Being
Yeah.
the voice, yeah.
yeah, they have, which is incredible. Like, I feel honored anytime someone does that because at the end of the day, it wasn't something that was like, it's not like I like purposely wrote it for that or purposely, like when I say greater purpose, it was after the fact, after it was out and people were responding, and I was like, damn, I didn't realize that like I was gonna get so many messages like I've been through it and I
Yeah.
actually did it, and I felt like I felt awful. So thank you so much for actually talking about it. Or men that have reached out and been like, I've been a bystander to it and I feel awful about it. Or men that have daughters
See,
and
it's
they're
so
like,
beautiful though.
yeah, but I never expected that. So when it started happening, it was strange. There's two sides to that coin because I was like, dope that people are connecting, but like awful that so many people are still connected.
Exactly. It's never gonna go away though. I
hope
mean, that
so.
casting couch situation kind of thing.
Man,
You know?
I try to view life optimistically, and I feel like slowly things are like evolution is a real thing. So who knows, who knows?
And you
but
gotta keep that faith.
yeah,
You have to keep that faith up.
yeah.
On
Jessie
that
Reyez, Hot 937 with us this morning. Appreciate you coming in. You're going to hang out. You're going to perform for us a little bit later.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
I
excited.
can't
Yes.
I want to talk about, like, what do you like in music? Like, what's in your iPhone right now? What's in your phone right now for music? I need, like, a list of things. If you scroll through it, he's like, oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
We'll talk about that a little bit later. If you scroll through it, what song would be fine? I know you love the Fugees and all this.
Ooh,
I know about your remix of that. We'll talk about that, too.
I love all of her stuff when she does cover tunes.
She does
of
a cover.
like,
It's classic.
yeah, it's like 21
Stack around,
Pilots.
though.
She does
Stack
21
around.
Pilots. She does like Jay-Z and Adele. I love all your covers.
Thank
Those
you.
are so great to look at
Thank
on
you.
YouTube.
Thank
Yeah, we'll
you.
talk about that in just a little while.
It's Hot 937.